So I have my placemat, my palette, my sketch, and my rock that has been sketched out on Sharpie. And I have a couple thin paintbrushes, and I'm gonna go ahead and get started painting. With acrylic paint, it is very important to give Mr. Brush a very nice and relaxing bath and a very thorough bath. You don't want to have this paint dry on the paintbrush because it will ruin it. We have Mr. Brush's bathtub here and his bath mat, and you want to make sure and make really good use of that because acrylic paint, if it dries on the brush, it will ruin Mr. Brush, and we all know how tragic that is. So make sure to wash your brushes really well, but also with acrylic paint, we don't want watery paintbrushes. So make sure to dry it off really well on the sponge before you dip back into the paint. I think that's it. Let's get started. Start by going over the larger areas of your fish. Once you have the larger areas down, you can do the smaller color details on top. And if you want to outline anything, save that for last. At this point, I'm pretty much done. I could go and use my paint to add, now that it's dried, I could use my paint to add a few extra details maybe that I didn't sketch, now that I see kind of what it looks like. Okay, so now that I'm definitely done, I'm gonna leave that to dry for a second, and I'm gonna go ahead and put my paint away. The way to do that is we're going to pull from the bottom. I turn mine upside down. If your paint is a little more watery, you might not want to do that depending on the consistency. Peel this up, and this can just get turned into a ball so all the paint's on the inside, and it can go into the trash. This we're going to save. Just return those to the art store, and make sure your brushes are in the water. Take your fish to the back counter and place it to dry with the other fish from your class. As you come through the line to the paint store, I'm going to be putting your paint on your palette for you. I want you to grab a palette. I want you to choose the paint colors that you want, and you're going to take the lid off, hand it to me, I'm going to squeeze it on, you're going to put the lid back on. So you're going to get yours ready with the lids off, and I'm going to give you the very smallest amount of paint. Okay, so you can see that acrylic goes a long way because I just have a little bit, and we're painting such a small surface.